Okay, good afternoon. Today is January 12th, 2026. We are officially starting this meeting at 7:01 p.m. This meeting will last approximately 40 minutes, and then if we need to move to another Zoom, just because we don't pay for the Zoom subscription, we will move to another link that I will send in the chat for everybody to move over. So with that being said, we are going to first address the names and introductions of our three board members that are currently here. I'm Preston Jones, the owner of Final Whistle Sports TV. Could I have my two other board members please introduce themselves?
I'm Cameron Bro. I am a co-owner of Final Whistle Sports.
Jack Agno. I'm a commentator.
All right, thank you very much. That is our three board members that will be with us today. I'm going to first the approval to move forward. Can I have a second?
Yep.
All right, we're going to skip over previous meeting minutes as I can confirm they are posted on our Facebook, Instagram with a link to the YouTube video as this meeting is being recorded. Next, we're going to move to any strikes against any of our members. There is none. I'm going to move on now to the executives meeting. I'm going to request to skip over that. Can somebody else second that?
Yep.
All right, and we are not going to do an executive meeting report. That is fine. There's no old business to go over. Cam, we will craft that message at the end of today's meeting, so you can hang out and we'll get that done.
I already finished it.
Okay, that
Yep.
works too. Perfect. And okay, we are going to start with the agenda for today's meeting. I have people who are going to give a presentation today on their business. Do I have those two people one or two people currently in here to give their presentation?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We're here.
Awesome. Well, you guys can
Yes, we are.
Awesome. You guys can start whenever you're ready. You can give a presentation on your business, what you want to do with us, and then we'll talk and we'll ask some questions and stuff. Does that sound good?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Mr. Jones. First of all, I would like to begin with the fact that we do not really have like a PPT presentation here. It's just our voices telling you, what we do, how we do. So, how do you want to go about this meeting? Do you want me to give you a brief introduction about Local Edit, or do you want to first tell us what in terms of video editing services do you require currently with your business?
Okay. And that's no problem that you don't have anything to present. Sometimes it's even better when people don't because we can just, go directly to what we need to establish. So that's completely all right. Um, so I think if you could give an introduction over your business, and then you can tell us about what services you can provide, and then we'll go back and forth about basically our needs, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. So, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Pranjali, and I'm a senior here at Local Edit. Local Edit is an end-to-end post-production house, meaning you send us over your raw footages, and then we turn it into a desired end product that you're looking for. And we currently have 70 plus video editors who are working in-house for us, and we're working with 300 plus businesses across the US and Canada region right now. And we have been in this business for 18 years. So the way we take the process forward is, once we have established the scope of work, how many videos you're looking from us and um, what is exactly the kind of video you're looking for, then, we basically give you an hourly rate. And we have two work models. One is a part-time video editor and one is a full-time video editor. So essentially what we're providing you is a dedicated video editor who's going to work for you for a part-time basis or a full-time basis, depending upon the scope of work that you have for us. And the hourly rate, do you want me to disclose the pricing here in the meeting? I'm just going to ask.
Yes, that would be great.
Okay, so the hourly rate that we have currently is $12 an hour. And, of course, we can, absolutely negotiate it, definitely, if the scope of work is very good and, something that we would also like to have onboarded with us, then for sure. And there are, if you have any questions, let it be an interactive session. I would love to answer any queries that you might have right now. That basically suffices. So basically, Glocal is a US-based firm, and we have back offices here in New Delhi, India. So currently, me and Lucky are in New Delhi, and it's currently 5:30 a.m. in the morning for us. But here we are, sipping our coffees and being in this meeting for you. Yes. So yeah. So we basically provide assistance in for all four US time zones, and we work the night shifts here, if you'd say. And yeah, so I want to understand what kind of videos you were looking for, and then, we can take it forward from there.
Absolutely. So, first of all, thank you very much for your nice introduction. I appreciate both of you guys getting the early shift in here to give this meeting availability for us. I appreciate that a lot. And it shows your true dedication to possibly wanting to work with us. So, I appreciate that. So,
Thank you so much.
yep, no problem. So, I'm going to first open it up to my two board members, Cam and Jack. Do you guys have any questions before I start giving questions?
Nope.
Not that I know of.
All right, cool. And as we're talking, if you guys have anything, just feel free to jump in. So the first thing I'll go over is for video editing right now, we are taking care of all that in-house. And I have no problem with saying that. That's just what we're doing. We're taking care of it all ourselves between the three of us and a younger student commentator and producer who's working with us. So, one thing that we are going to be focusing on through the future is definitely promotional videos for not only ourselves, but for people who are going to sponsor us. So, you said, was it 10 or 12 an hour? So I can make a note of that.
So it's $12 an hour, sir.
Okay. So, I mean that pricing sounds great. Just because we are three high school students here in the United States who own this business, and we are on a tight budget as we have company expenses, which this would be a company expense we would include if we would go with you, and we have we're trying to pay our employees when they work. They can't always
Mhm.
every event we work, but we're trying to get them some money in their pocket for the time that they put in. Um, so yeah, we are on a very tight budget. So something that um, that's a good price that would definitely work with us. So as far as a promotional video, let's just say it's 2 minutes. I send over like 50 clips. Um, how do you have any scopes of how long videos would take?
Mhm. How long the video is going to take? I didn't get that. I
Well, so
mean,
how long the editing you guys are going to do would take, say on like a
okay,
two
okay.
minute video.
Okay, so multiple factors are dependent on that. First of all, we're going to have to, let us say you send us over 50 raw footages, all right, for an example. And these 50 raw footages are, let's say, 15-minute long each. And download them and then, work on it. So the maximum, the turn time is just going to be very low at the moment. It's going to be somewhere around like 2 days, maximum 3 days.
Okay. Um okay, that's good to know. So, I have no further questions just because I have a background in video editing, and right now I am backed up on stuff that I could edit and get done. So, I have no further questions and I see the vision you guys have. Um
Mhm.
So, does either of my board members have any further questions? Whether that be Cam or Jack?
Nope.
Okay. I'm not seeing any questions from the board. So, what I would like to do to proceed is I will need a few things, do you guys have an LLC in the United States?
Yes,
Okay, great. So I
we
will
are
need.
registered in US. Yes.
Okay, great. So I will need, before we can make any decision on if we're going to use your company or not, just because we have to have these things on file before we make any decision, I am going to have a copy of your LLC sent to my email, please, just for documentation. I am also
Mm-hmm.
going to have proof of the $12 an hour, um, just so we can also base our decision off of that. Um, let's see, what else do I need?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, can
Mm-hmm.
I have also some reviews from your other companies that you've worked with, or
Customers?
some testimonies? Yes, your other
Absolutely.
customers. Okay.
Absolutely.
And with that being said, we are going to I'm going to request from the board to make a decision on this matter of potentially um, using your company to help us edit videos and production. I am going to request that this decision is made at our next board meeting, and obviously, I don't want you guys to have to wake up early again and come on into the office. So we will have our meeting, and then we will get back. I'll get
Hello,
back
this is
to
our
you.
normal working hour.
Oh, this is your normal working
Hello,
hour?
Mr. Jones. This is our. Yes, we work the night shifts. It's completely fine for us to
Oh,
wake up at this time.
okay.
It's we're the
Okay.
vampires here in India. Yeah.
All right. No
Yeah.
problem. I just didn't want you to have to go out of your way. All right. No problem. So with that being
Yeah.
said, after I have the proof of these three
Mhm.
things, including LLC for the United States, proof that it is 12 hours, or I'm sorry, proof that it's $12 an hour, and customer reviews, I will we
Mhm.
will then have the board make a decision on our next board meeting, which will be this same time next month. And the reason we're going to push that decision to next month is because we need to figure out our budget and how we can best incorporate these services. So, with that being said, I am going to request both my board members to approve or deny making the decision at our next board meeting to be determined.
All
Cam,
right.
Cam, could
Understood.
I
So,
have your approval? Cam, could I have your approval for that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, and Jack?
Okay.
Okay, that is passed. So we will make our decision on this the next board meeting we have. We will have a budget, and I will present the three documents that you will send over to me. Do you have our email on file?
Yes, Mr. Jones, I do have your email address, and right after this call, I will be sending you minutes of the meeting and the documents that you require. And yeah, we can take it from there. Absolutely.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
all right. So, Jones, right before, we leave the meeting, I just want to quickly tell you one thing that, we sign an NDA with all of our clients. So, in order for me to, provide you with references, testimonials, I will have to actually talk to the clients and take their approval before sharing their names across. So, you will have the references by the end of the day tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yes, that's no problem. And I will forward that to my other board members, and they will examine it as well as a I'll say it's a document for this meeting, to examine for the next meeting to make their better decision as well.
Absolutely. Perfect then. I guess then what's next to do is basically send you a call recap and then we can take it forward next month.
Absolutely, and I will keep you up to date on when we're going to reconvene again for this, and then we will make our decision of
All
what we
right.
can do.
All right. That's great. It was lovely chatting with you and really stunned to know that you guys are high schoolers. That's great. Keep doing the good work, guys.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that, and we appreciate you and your business offering your services to us, and we look forward to continuing to try and find something that works for us with you guys. So thank you very much again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jones.
Thank you.
Looking
Good
forward.
night.
Yep. Take care, both of you. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, that will include the first agenda piece. We will move on to the second one, that is business phone number updated access. So right now, both of the board members have access to the phone number, but I don't think that's necessary because I've handled all of it anyway, and you guys really don't need to answer the phone because nobody really calls. So with that being said, if I make that access just to me, to our business phone number, would you guys both be okay with that? Could I have approval for that?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. And you still have access to message it whenever notifications come through and to talk with clients. But I'll just be on the back end of it as usual. Okay, we'll move on to the agenda item number 3, and that is a calendar for our website. So this was an idea that was brought up to a person who wanted to work with us. They unfortunately didn't go through with us just because they were a little too far for us to travel. But this client said that it would be nice if we had a calendar posted on our website that would show when we're available and when we are essentially blacked out or we read it out, just so we can't so everybody knows that there's no availability to book at that time. Do we think that's a good idea? I have no problem with setting up the calendar. It'll be pretty easy to manage, I think. I'll just update it like 2 months in advance, and then people who are looking to book can view our calendar and see if we're available or not. What do we think on that?
Sounds good.
All right, Jack, anything?
Nothing to say.
All right, could I have a approval of the calendar added to our website? I'm going to first. Could I have a second and a third?
Okay.
All right. We will move forward with that then, and I will post that to the website. Next is going to be our holiday working on holiday guidelines, number 4. So this is something that I wanted to add on our agenda because we don't really have a set policy for how we handle this. So basically, with this job, a lot of, as you guys know, such as President's Day, Martin Luther King Day, there is some days that we need to work on holidays and stuff, especially when there's off from school or we don't have work outside of that of whatever job anybody would be working. So with that, I'd like to enact a new policy that would prohibit us from working any unpaid events on holidays that warrant school closures or government businesses like post offices and stuff to close. So that would just essentially give us a little break. And unless it's being paid for, we're not going to go out on those days. So what do we think about that?
Okay.
Uh, oop. Pam, anything to add on that?
Nope.
All right. So then I'm going to request to move forward with this new policy. It'll be listed on our website, and it will state that we will only take events on government holidays if they are paid. So I'm going to first the approval to enact this new bylaw, essentially. Can I have a second and a third?
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. We will now enact we will enact that then. Sponsorship update. This is going to be a rough one. We're very unfortunately, I'm going to have to unfortunately announce that Kelly Nissan will not be reinstating their sponsorship for this winter season. I talked to their marketing director. He's a very nice guy. He's new at Kelly Nissan, and the manager did not want to reenact their sponsorship with us. So we'll not be running their ad, and I've already taken their logo off of our website. At any time for any future seasons, they are more than welcome to reenact their sponsorship. They were great with us and reposting our stuff, so we really thoroughly enjoyed working with them and hope that they will come back again to work with us in the future. With that being said, I am talking to some other car dealerships to take place of Kelly Nissan because I feel that what we are providing is very a good deal for a car dealership who's looking for some extra coverage in the media world, and we have a good built up platform now that is still expanding. So that is something that I think a lot of them would capitalize on. So we're just looking at that. So with that being said, our sponsorship total, instead of the 500 collected from two sponsors, it's 250 for the winter season. So for the rest of the events for this month, they will be such as the live streams we have coming up with American Christian League in the Zone in Bath. If you guys don't mind, after this meeting, please check your high task. I have assigned many things with them for the upcoming weeks, so make sure you check that out. But the rest of January is going to be an unpaid event month, unless it is explicitly contracted by the facility or whoever we're working with. So, and then once we start in February, whoever did more work and ran more unpaid events are going to have first dibs on getting paid events to get the people who worked more get some of their time and money back. So that's just how we're going to run that to make it fair for everybody. And because we don't have that 500 to distribute for whoever's working the events, we just have to do this month as unpaid. But moving into the rest of the winter months, we will get those paid. So that's our update on that. Okay, number 6 is going to be a possible new team member for social media management. So this is something that I'm actually struggling with a lot because it takes up a lot of my time with putting the social media posts out and stuff like that. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to find somebody who is experienced in social media, is a student in the local area, and is looking for a internship if they're going to pursue a job in marketing or stuff like that. I want to offer us to them and them to us, essentially, so they can, learn and grow with us by being that kind of backbone social media, posting promotional stuff, posting upcoming games links and stuff like that. And it would really take a lot off of my belt. So would we be open to exploring this option? Or is it something that we should not focus on at this time? I'm going to ask both of the board members and I'll give my opinion.
I don't care.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give my opinion and say that this is definitely something we should put out there with the what's a good word? What's the right word I'm looking for? Make sure they know something with the advisory that they are aware that they will not be compensated. They will not be compensated money wise, and they'll be compensated with experience and stuff like that. It's going to be an internship, so and if they want to be a backup commentator or something like that, if one of us can't make an event or something, we can explore that so if they have some money. But but yeah, so we'll explore that then. If you guys are all on board. All right, we'll move to number 7, and that is the St. Luke Sports Center live stream canceled. So one thing I like to do is be transparent about when and why we don't run live streams. So this was I believe, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. flag football game that happened approximately 2 to 3 weeks ago. There are about 4 items left. So after this one, there is about 4 items left. Just responding to that question. So that St. Luke Sports Center live stream was canceled due to a injury from the warm ups of a game from the game that we were about to start streaming. So we decided we were not going to cover the game as there was an injury and the team would not be able to perform at their highest capability. We didn't want to showcase something that, obviously would put them down or something. Although it is in the sports world that you may get hurt, but we didn't want to do that. And also the game was severely delayed due to medical personnel taking care of the person, so we didn't want to start the stream too late. Okay, let's move on to the next item, and that is crowdfunding. So I know Cam knows what crowdfunding is because we learned it together. So Cam, do you want to just go over what crowdfunding is? Because I have 2 people who are currently called in on our phone line. Just if they want to know. Can you go over that real quick?
Give me a second.
Okay. So basically, what I want to do here with this crowdfunding, after he tells you exactly what it is, but what I want to do is I want to acquire some donations from people who, are looking to support us, looking to invest in us, and they will get shout outs and listed on our live stream as well.
Crowdfunding, to not interrupt you, is basically we're just gonna have it's like a GoFundMe, like donations mostly from people to help our channel grow and be able to forward better stuff so then we can make better high quality videos for everyone watching. And actually, yeah, that's basically it.
Yep, that sounds about right to me. Yeah. So, with that being said, would anybody be opposed to us starting up something where we can accept donations and then we'll figure out something that they can be, shouted out or thanked for their donation? I'm going to be on board with that. I think people would gladly, uh, you know, not that anybody would need to, not that we're expecting it, but just that we're open to it, just because people who want to invest in us, obviously we want to give people that opportunity to say they were a part of something that got really big, and that's where we're going. So if anybody will want to support us, we're 100% open to that. And I've had people approach me in the past that have asked how they can help out with new equipment or stuff like that. So, I'm open to that. So I am going to approve that. And can I have approval from Cam and Jack?
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, we're going to move on to the next agenda item, and then we're going to have to move to another Zoom meeting to continue. This next one's going to take a little bit, but we'll get through it quick. So the next agenda item is Pennsylvania Prime camera equipment. So Pennsylvania Prime we have talked, and they have a device that will do AI tracking and auto zooming for their games to be live streamed. So basically, we are going to be using that going forward for their games, and they are being very generous and lending it to us, possibly for other events as well that we're working. So with that being said, this I'm not going to get into the details, but this piece of equipment is very expensive, something that we would not be able to buy for a year or two. So, with that being said, we are all going to, number one, have to pledge that we are going to take care of it. Because, you know, if we break that or we do something, it's going to be rough for us. So, we're going to all have to pledge that we are going to take care of it. And anybody who is not certified to take care of it will not be handling it. And number two, we are all going to have to learn it, including myself, because I don't know all the technology and I don't know how to use that with our software. So we're going to have to learn it. So with that being said, we are going to host a course with Pennsylvania Prime is going to be hosting it. Coach Dave with me, but I'm also going to be learning it, and that is going to take place. Let me pull up that. Our first session of the training, and I'm going to figure out another one that might work better for some people just because it's going to be a little late. But our first session is going to be Tuesday the 20th, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. That is going to be our first session to learn this piece of equipment, and there will be prior to this session, there will be a form you have to go through, watch a few videos, and answer a few questions that has been made up by someone other than me. So I'll have to do it too. So that's going to be our first session. That is Tuesday the 20th, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I will provide transportation when needed. That is no problem, just as long as we get there and we get that done. And if not, I will try and figure out something either on a Saturday or a Friday night.
Wait,
So
hold up.
go ahead.
Would me and Cam need to do that though? Because like that, our job is commentating the games. We don't really do the
Yes.
camera stuff, so I don't understand.
So
Like, why would we need to do that?
So the reason you would have to do that is because the controls for it is on the computer, what you guys use. And on top of that, the this would essentially um in the nicest way possible, it would lose one of our jobs. So that would be my job because I do the camera and this is going to auto do my job. So with that being said, if I can't make it to a game and you guys have to go stream it without me, you guys need to have the knowledge to just set it up and run it. So um that's the reason behind that. Is do either of you so I did talk with Coach Dave and we are going to go forward and say if you do not have this, I believe it's called picks for team. If you do not have this picks for team certification, you will not be equipped to work any more Pennsylvania Prime games. So, with that being said, is there anybody who doesn't, either of you, who do not want to get this certification? Okay, so I'm taking that as you both do want to get this certification, correct?
I'll just think about it.
Okay,
Yeah, Sam.
okay. Okay. So, with that being said, but that is going to be the general rule. If you do not have this certification, you will not be equipped to run Pennsylvania Prime. And that is a decision by me, which I will be getting the certification. And that is a decision by Coach Dave as well.
Bro, I don't understand why can't I just commentate? Like, why do I need to be certified to commentate a game? Like, I
Uh,
get if you're not certified to do that, then like, sure, but like if everybody's going, like, why can't you
so
just
the
comment?
reasoning behind that is just because Coach Dave brought up to me that he is interested in integrating um his lower teams to commentate because they know the guys. So that's why. That's why.
I mean, does that even benefit us then? I mean, you already explained we're losing a job for your camera. Then if we're doing it, then what's the point of us even going? So I don't understand that.
Okay. So can we move to the approval that we will reconvene for this for the next um next board meeting, and we'll go over that, and maybe I can have Coach Dave or somebody present just to so we can get the full picture of what's going to happen. Can I get an approval for both of you guys for that? And we'll go over it more next meeting.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put the next meeting in the chat, and everyone can join that, and we will start that up at 7:40. The passcode is 1234 if it prompts you for that. So I'll see everybody over there. Okay, welcome to section 2 of the January 12th, 2026 Final Whistle Sports TV meeting. The next agenda, or so just to recap from the previous agenda item, we are going to be pushing that discussion to the next board meeting as well, just because there is some clarifications we need and stuff like that before we, decide on everything and stuff like that. Okay, number 10, partnership with Family Sports. So recently, there was a post made. Well, let's start with this. There was multiple people who contacted me via text message stating that there was a post made or there was a chat that was essentially posted on a story on Instagram by Family Sports TV. I'm sorry, Family Sports TV did not post it, but they were the ones who were saying stuff. By somebody they were talking with, and it had things that offended lots of photographers that we promote and we work with, to build each other up on Instagram. So with these things that were said, it did involve younger people who own businesses or photography businesses, whatever, and that is us as well. So one thing that I agree with in this business is to support other youth people as well. So, and I can present via text message the board, both of you guys with screenshots of the chat logs that were sent to me. But I do not agree with what was said, and I do not want my company represented with it just because I do not agree with it. So let's start with, would we like to make a decision now on if we are no longer going to promote family sports due to that incident? So I'm going to ask, I'm going to start by saying if either of the board members on here would like to view the chat logs prior to making a decision. Would you guys like to do that, or would we like to make a decision? So I'm going to say A or B, make a decision now, or investigate more, make a decision later. Jack, what do you think?
Hey, and also my opinion is whatever your opinion is, because you were like you were involved and I really wasn't. So that's my opinion.
I second that.
Okay, so at this time, I am going to respectfully thank Family of Sports for the time that they have helped us with executive education charter with their basketball. They got us in there to cover some games. But due to the comments that were made, I no longer want to have the specific tie with them because I found the comments I deem them offensive. And when I have people coming to me, telling me shame on you for being with them after this and stuff like that, that is obviously something that I do not want my brand to be looked on as. So with that being said, I am going to say we are going to now be officially cutting ties with Family Sports TV, and we will no longer be tagging them in posts or promoting them. And as they can do for us, that is completely okay with me. I will say though, we are going to remain respectful and friendly to Family of Sports, because just because they did this doesn't mean we are part of it. We did not do anything wrong, so that is not on us. But I am going to say that we are not going to stand there and stay with it because that is not something I do. So with that being said, I'm going to officially declare that we are not partnered with Family Sports at this time anymore, and I can officially say that there was any moment there was no money ties with Family Sports TV. So we do not have to terminate any of that because we never got there. So with that being said, our promotional partnership will no longer be um, happening anymore. With that being said, in the future, if I see that Family Sports TV has changed their ways and issued an official apology with what is said, at that time, and if I have specific dialogue with the owner of Family Sports, then I will consider a re-partnership. But at this time, due to what happened and the situation, I am going to terminate that partnership. Does anybody have any questions on that? Okay, great. We are now going to move to the next agenda item, number 11, and that is YouTube short production. I've been contacted by a few people that I know in real life that have been asking about YouTube shorts. And our main man for production for those is Jack. So I'm just going to go to you directly. Do you have any plan as far as starting up a consistent production again anytime soon?
Uh, depends on what you mean consistent.
So, I've taken a look at our analytics and I can gladly provide you with those as well, or I think you have access to them on your own. So, YouTube Shorts are our main gainer for subscribers, not views, not because video views and short views are categorized as two different things, right?
Yeah.
So, but they are our main thing for new subscribers, new clientele on the channel. So, with that being said, I'd like to um, um, how do I go about wording this? I'd like to request from you that for the rest of this month we don't put out any YouTube short, but we work on between me and you and Braden. I'm going to bring Braden in on this too because he can produce decent shorts, depending on what exactly he's covering. But um, I'd like to work on between the three of us getting at least I forget how many days are next month, but I'd like to get shorts piled up, lined up, and scheduled so we could put out one a day next month. Does that sound like something we can work on?
Wait, what? I'm just confused. You don't want me to upload any more like this month?
No, you can if you want to, but I want our main goal to be next month once a day.
Um, I don't know, maybe. Like I just kind of like February is the dying month for sports. Final Whistle and NFL, which is our like two components. So I'd say like I would wait till some more interesting things happen in the world of sports and Final Whistle sports. But
Okay.
like if that's a necessity, like I don't know if I could do every day.
Well, so that's what I'm saying though. We work now in January to get once a day scheduled for February. And whether that's me making 10, Braden making 10, and you making 10, that's 30 right there. And then we put them in a sequence, we schedule them out, and then we get them ready to go.
Yeah, I mean I like that. The problem is just like some of the things won't like the NFL shorts really won't be relevant if they're not like
Okay, so the
new.
so the issue is with that is relevancy and um because what's going on right now might be dead in the next month is what you're saying.
Like if I posted like the Eagles just lost, if I posted a video like reactions to that like a month from now, I don't really
It wouldn't do
would
too
have
well. You're
the
right.
same the substance as it would like today.
Right. That's true. Yeah. So then for next month, I'm just focusing on next month because next month I want it to be a very prosperous month and big month for us. Um, do you think you need another person on your shorts creation team to make videos as well?
It just depends. Like I can make this short. I just haven't a little while, but like I can make one like in February. I could probably do like every other day or something, and
Yeah,
then
that's great. If you're able to do that like every other day, and it doesn't even like weekends, you don't have to put one up. But if you do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you know what I mean?
yeah,
If we can nail that down and get that rolling with my help and Braden's help, I think that would boost us a lot. And that's what we're looking for, the boost. So do you think that's something we can do?
yeah,
Okay. All right. That's great. So we'll get working on that, and we'll get a game plan done. Essentially, you all good with that?
yep,
All right, cool. And I'm just trying to help you out the best I can to make that possible. You know what I mean? So if that means I need to make a few or Braden makes a few, we're gonna help you out. So, but you are the executive for the YouTube Shorts, so you call the shots on that. I'm just suggesting. Team evaluations. So another thing that was brought up is that, and this was not brought up by me, and I don't want to mention who because it's a thing that's happening that I'm not really supposed to talk about. Just because I talk about it off a meeting. But there's something that's going to be happening, and they're going to need uh um commentator, or I'm sorry, they're going to need just people who can run. We're going to need to be able to run events without me there is what I'm saying. We're going to need to be able to run live stream. You can use my computer, you can use all my equipment, that's fine, but you just need to make sure you know how to use it. So with that being said, I want to schedule at it's going to be one of the flag football days. It's going to be Cam and Jack at 7, I think, and then 8 game, it's going to be Braden and Cam, but Braden's going to be the main person. So basically, what you're going to do is and we're going to be using that camera system that Pennsylvania Prime is going to be donating to us. So all it's going to be is there's going to be an evaluation of if you can run the live stream on your own, or if you need to learn something on how the software works, stuff like that. And it's just going to be an evaluation so I know where you guys are at and what you need help with to be able to run it without me. And that's just, you know, because the main reason I want to do this is because next year around this time, or even, you know, August, September, that is a big unknown for me of what will be going on in my life outside of Final Whistle Sports TV. And I just want to make sure that we can keep Final Whistle Sports alive, if that means me not being there every second. When is this? Are you talking about the evaluation? Or are you talking about? Yeah, okay. I don't have that set yet, but I'll figure out a date that works for everybody, and we'll go live stream it at St. Luke's Sports Center, and we'll get it done. I don't have that figured out, but we'll talk about it. So, with that being said, is everyone okay with that? If we just do that,
yep.
Cam?
Yep.
All right, great. Okay, and then the last two things are going to go really quick, so we'll be done here in a few minutes. It is agenda item number 13 and 14, and that is 2 new member violations that I would like to add. And Jack, I think, were you the one who created in our Discord the like the laws we all have to follow and then the penalties for that?
Yep.
Okay, great. So I just want to add 2 more because I think it's going to cover something that, we're gonna be expanding in the future. So another thing, and I just started it with Cam, right? Cam, you responded to that client that reached out to us, and then I assigned you to the client, and you're gonna work with sales with him, right? Um, so one thing I'd like to enact that just keeps us on top of that and making sure we're not leaving any potential customers out to dry would be a new member violation, not following up with a client within 24 hours. So it gives you enough time to come back to it, in the morning, come back to it later in the night, whatever. So 24 hours is a big time frame. So, but that's enough that the client won't think that we, you know, forgot about them. So, and I think a penalty for that should be a strike. And then somebody else is going to take over that sale with that client for you. Um, and if it is your client, you do work. So say this guy that Cam's working with hires us. Cam will be working then that event that the guy hires us from, and Cam will be the main person for that event, and he'll get paid the most essentially because he was their sales representative. That's just how we're going to run that. So, are we all okay with enacting that? That if the new member violate or the new violation, not following up in a client within 24 hours equals one strike. Do we both agree on that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, great. And the last one is going to be another one I want to add to our um to our laws here that we all three of us have to follow is a new member violation not completing assignments within 24 hours, warranting a reminder equals a strike. Is that something we should enact or no? I'm going to go with yes, but if you don't think so, let me know.
No.
Let's say no.
Okay, so that is 2 no's. So that one will fail. We will not enact that one.
Cool.
Okay, great. All right. But make sure we're staying on top of that just because all the assignments are logged so I can see what you did. And then that's how I basically assign people to paid jobs to see who did the most. So, okay. At this point, the agenda has concluded for tonight. I'm going to ask for permission to move to public comment. Can I have a second, please?
Yep.
Awesome. Second and third. Great. Okay, I'm in for public comment now. Is there anybody in the meeting who would like to give a comment? Is there anybody on our phone line who would like to give a comment? Would any members of Final Whistle Sports TV currently present in the meeting like to give a comment?
I still don't understand this like PA Prime thing. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't understand like we're getting certified, but then they're getting new guys from the younger group to commentate. Like, it just seems like odd. It
Yeah.
seems odd.
So, and I agree with that. I don't think we have between me and them, we don't have everything figured out. So I'm going to clarify things and get things situated. And if you have specific comments or if you have specific questions of what you're confused about or stuff like that, you can send me a message and I'll make sure I bring that up to whoever I'm working with, Pennsylvania Prime, to get this done. But yeah, we're going to get that figured out and we're going to get that situated more. Um,
Yeah, because like from my perspective, it kind of just like yeah, they know what they're talking about, but like it almost feels like a like money saving strategy where they're like getting rid of kind of everybody and just like I don't know how that would benefit us at all, to be honest with you. Like just us as Final Whistle Sports, like the product would probably be better, but like the people involved would not get better at all.
right. Yeah. So that is something I can bring up and I will um, investigate that further. Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right. Is there any other comment from anybody present in the meeting?
Nope.
All right. At this time, I'm going to request to adjourn the meeting at 7:57 p.m. Can I have a second for that?
Yep.
All right. At this time, the meeting has been adjourned. Everybody may leave the meeting. Thank you very much for joining in, and we will set the February meeting date to be determined. Keep an eye out on our social medias. Thank you very much.